Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I am George. We're all George. Welcome to another Market Open stream. Today, I'm talking about Bitcoin and Cardano and everything else in between because there's a major rally happening right now and you don't want to miss it. So, let's do this. Welcome, guys. The market bell has rung, still going strong, just like Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin. Last night, thought it was, maybe taking a breather. It was like 43.6, 43.7. This morning, Bitcoin decided no taking breathers, right back above 44,189 right now. And there's just nothing stopping the Bitcoin train. It's halfway to the next resistance, which is 45.3. And I honestly think with a little more short squeezes, a little more buying pressure, obviously, we're going to be right at 45,000. And then after that, we're getting pretty close to 50,000. This rally is still ongoing and will probably get even hotter. Because Wall Street is paying attention now. Wall Street has not been doing good so far this week. Maybe today there's a little bit of rally, but the last 2 days have been absolutely horrible. And all these companies coming out saying they're laying people off, which of course is horrible. But again, that helps Bitcoin's narrative, its strength. More and more people are looking into it and realizing it's different. It's not like equities. It's not like stocks. It's a digital form of gold, the greatest store of value that we have. So right now, everyone is paying attention, except the people that said, nah, like the ECB. Yesterday I covered Jim Cramer and how his call on Mad Money led to 80, now probably 90% gain for Bitcoin. ECB also said that right at the bottom, right when Bitcoin fell to 16.4, they couldn't help themselves. Christine Lagarde, kicking Bitcoin while it was down, also saying how her son bought crypto and he's down majorly, right? Well, if he's been DCAing, like I've been saying, he's well into the green. Today, when I show you guys my DCA portfolio, it's going to be well in the green today. So maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. She was just cherry picking. But she and the ECB, they do not like Bitcoin because most central banks do not like Bitcoin. It threatens them. But since they claimed that Bitcoin was at its last gasp at 16.4, Bitcoin is now up 170%, right? So no wonder people are distrusting these central banks and governments, right? Like, can you actually really listen to what they're saying? Seems like they're just trying to keep everyone poor. That's their mission, to try to keep everyone poor. From understanding that money is basically a big giant Ponzi scheme, and that you should use it to buy assets that appreciate, like Bitcoin. No, they don't want you to do that. They want you to keep earning money, storing it in your bank account where you get zero interest, and the banks get to leverage that money 10 to 1. That's what they want. They don't want you to actually spend it on assets. Okay, just know that that's how central banks work. All right, moving on. You got a lot of other bullish things going on. Japan, who has a really strict tax code on crypto, okay, now is thinking that they need to end that for corporations that are holding crypto. Actually, they're getting taxed on unrealized gains. Even if these companies are not selling, they have to pay unrealized gains. Well, you know what? Japan's like, yeah, maybe that's a bad idea because these guys are just holding it overseas. Let's make sure they hold it here. So they're going to remove tax. That's going to be awesome. Japan, plenty of money, right? That's going to be good. That's going to be good. You got Swiss City Lugano now accepting Bitcoin, and not only that, Tether for taxes. So those are good news around the world. So awesome. Michael Saylor tweeted out this yesterday, and I retweeted it. One day, we will all brag about buying 5-figure Bitcoin. But I could go further, and I could say I bought Bitcoin in 4 figures. Actually, I could go a little further than that. I bought Bitcoin in 3 figures. So take that, Michael Saylor. But any of you guys that bought Bitcoin when it was, above 10,000, you will be one day bragging, because once Bitcoin breaks above into 6 figures, yeah, all your friends and family that sat on the sidelines kept saying no, 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 they're going to ask you to retell the tales of 2022 and 2018 and 2014, which, less than 10 years ago, right? It wasn't like, 50 years ago. It was actually it wasn't that long ago, right? And you'll be able to recant your tales, how you watched me tell you to hold on, and that's what you did. Hopefully. All right. And those of you guys that did survive crypto winter and has been holding and has been DCAing, well, you should be in profit. According to Plan B, 91% of all holders of Bitcoin are in profit. 91%. Mostly probably because people have been DCAing. That's the power of DCA. You don't need to wait until we get back to top to be in profit. If you DCA along the way, which is dollar cost averaging, you bring your overall cost average down, well, then by the time we get back up, you're in the green. That's what most of you guys have been doing. And that's why you're winning. It's quite that simple. I mean, it's the surest strategy ever created by mankind, and it's shocking how many people don't follow it. You just DCA. That's all you need to do, really. And you'll win every single time. Well, at least when it comes to Bitcoin. There are other projects, if you DCA, you could DCA into the ground because they don't have the foundation like Bitcoin does. But, you get my point. Right now, we are rallying like 2016. History doesn't repeat, but they tend to rhyme. And right now, it's rhyming a lot like the 2016 cycle. You could see the top going to the bottom. We had a capitulation stage. Then we had a pretty good rally. And we're following 2016 into 2017. We started a year in 2017 at about $1,000. And then we shot up 20x to $20,000. We may start 2024 at 50,000. So obviously much higher, 50x higher than just 7 years ago. Just think about it. 50x higher from 7 years ago. Where were you 7 years ago? Probably in the same house, having the same job, hanging out with the kids, right? It wasn't that long ago, 7 years ago. You could have bought Bitcoin at $1,000, okay? But going into 2024, we may be at $50,000. Are we going to go up 20x and go to $1 million by the end of 2024? Probably not. Probably not. But we could certainly do another 2x, 3x, since we're having the halving event and spot Bitcoin ETF approvals and everything else in between. Qatar throwing $500 billion into the market. You got rate cuts coming up. You got a whole bunch of stuff coming up. So 2024 could be even better than 2023. So we'll see. But it's really rhyming. It's really, really rhyming right now. And according to this, we could be seeing $280,000 by the end of this cycle. Okay, so we've been in this rally since the beginning of this year when Bitcoin was at, oh my God. No, I'm just kidding. It just fell down a little bit. We've been in this rally since the beginning of this year when Bitcoin was like 16,000, right? So I called it when we started going up above 20,000. I'm like, we're in the new cycle. We're in the next bull cycle. And people are like, what are you talking about? You know, we're still at 20,000. And I said that in like, you know, when we're like stuck at 26,000. I said that when we're in the 30,000. I'm like, we're in a new bull cycle, guys. We are in a new bull cycle. Just not at a parabolic stage yet, but we're definitely in a new cycle. Now I think people are starting to believe. People are recognizing that we are in a new cycle. Look at how exciting it is. And, man, I can't wait. I can't wait until Bitcoin blows up and, in a good way, and gets into six figures. Once we break 100,000, all bets are off. Then, does 280,000 seem so far-fetched? No, because that's only a 3x from there. Okay, right now, while we're under six figures, under 100,000, psychologically, it still seems like, you know, can we really hit six figures? But just wait until we actually break above 100,000, then all bets are off. Psychological levels broken. Then it's going to get real exciting. And that's going to come, guys. That's going to come. Maybe this day right here, 133 days from now, approximately in April, the next halving event, this could be when Bitcoin is at six figures at $100,000. And the reason why I say that is because in January, we're going to get spot Bitcoin ETF approvals. If we don't, I would say, well, then, you know, I don't think we're going to get 100,000 by April. But after spot ETFs, I don't know what's going to happen. If we're going to get tens to hundreds of billions coming in, well, that's going to make a huge difference. If we end the year at 50,000 already, think about it. We're at 44,000. Ending the year at 50,000 is very reasonable. It's not far-fetched at all. And if we end the year at 55,000, then we get spot ETF approvals. That's going to drive our 50,000 into probably the 70,000s. And it could just keep on going. So from 70,000, from January 70,000 to April to 100,000, I don't think that's unreasonable. It could happen. A little far-fetched, but it can happen. There's a chance. So think about it. Even if you are DCAing Bitcoin right now, you could be more than doubling that by April of 2024. Even if it doesn't, even if we're at 80,000, we're above and formed a new high. That's still phenomenal. Just think about it. All right. Now, let's talk about Cardano. Because besides Bitcoin today, everything's going up. People have always asked me, what's going on with Cardano? Should I trade it for something else, right? Cardano's finally seeing some love today. Up double digits, 10%. Yesterday, I covered Dogecoin at night. It's still holding. I covered Avalanche. It's up huge because of all the gaming activity. But, and Polkadot did well today. Sheep did well. I mean, I covered most of these last night. So that's why you need to watch every single stream of mine. Cardano getting some love. What's going on with Cardano? Okay, it's probably the boringest big cap there is. And there's a lot of people that love to hate it because it just doesn't move sometimes, right? But it's still top 10, let me remind you. It is still one of the bigger big caps that we have. And it's not going to go away anytime soon. From a TA perspective, it does look like it's poised for a breakout. And it started that breakout already. But that's not the reason why it's moving. There's a lot of awesomeness that's happening. Awesomeness is not something that you generally use to describe Cardano. But I'm going to use it, awesomeness. This key Cardano metric just reached the highest level since March of 2022. What is that? TVL. In fact, you could argue that we're approaching all-time high for TVL. We're getting close, guys. We're getting close. All-time high was about 321, And we're at 292 already. We're getting close. Cardano's DeFi ecosystem is blowing up. Okay, look at all the greens right now. DJ, the stable coin's going up. You got MinSwap that's going up. Indigo is going up. You got a lot of things happening. These are all DeFi projects, by the way. They're all blowing up. And I've always said this about chains. You need to have DeFi because you need to have that liquidity locked in. Like right now, there's like 75% of ADA locked in. But then you lock more into liquidity pools or assets. Like Indigo helps you create synthetic tokens. So, you know, you're taking more out of supply. The more you take out of supply, the better it is for the price. It's just that simple. Supply and demand, right? So right now, TVL is going up, although this pales compared to the Ethereum or EVM-based chains. But it's a step in the right direction. It's doing well. And then you got someone like SNEC. Because of the meme coin popularity, SNEC is going back up again. You know, look at the number of holders. So when you have excitement like SNEC and others going higher, it's going to do something. People will want to FOMO. People that want to buy SNEC, it's like, gosh darn it, I need to hold some ADA in order to buy it. That's what they're doing. So that's awesome. I didn't even know this. There's a lending project on Cardano called LendFi. That's a good name. And the number one coin used as collateral is actually SNEC. People are actually using SNEC as collateral more than ADA itself on this lending project. I have no idea. No idea. What else is there? Well, you got others. You got CGI, you got Ding, Clay Nation, IAG, OPT, LiFi. They're all going up. CGI, that's a great symbol. They're all going higher right now. Everything in the Cardano ecosystem is going higher. Recently, I did cover... Oops, that's not what I want to show. Recently, I did cover this metaverse game, Cornucopias. Okay? They're doing quite well. You know, it's almost a AAA MMO RPG game that looks fantastic. It's not quite out yet, but this is probably the most exciting game on Cardano right now, or will be coming on Cardano right now. A lot of people talking about Cornucopias, right? You got this other one called Ding that's from Pixels NFT. You know, this actually looks kind of cool too. But this is coming out pretty soon, right? But this project right here is the first interactive NFT collectibles on Cardano blockchain. So you got a lot of NFT projects. You got Clay Nation also that's doing very well. And you got this one. So as you can see, Cardano has a lot of stuff going on, right? Not the most exciting project, but it's getting there. Now it has some cool games. It has a meme coin, right? So awesomeness is how I would describe Cardano. Yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. A lot of awesomeness all around. Bitcoin is holding above 44,000. Looks like it wants to keep going. A lot of greens today. Polkadot up in a big way. What else is there? I mean, everything's in the green right now, basically. Celestia still strong, 13%. You got Quant up 10%. You got BitTorrent up 93%. I don't know what's going on there. You don't want to fall for that trap. Anything with Justin Sun, forget about it. Beam, I also talked about Beam yesterday, up 20%. Beam, I really think Beam is going to do well because they're really into gaming. Helium shooting up. They released something yesterday, up 57%. That's kind of nutty. So, like right now, you just see money sloshing around everywhere, right? So, it's fantastic. All right, let's do some Q&A. Let me see. Let's see if I missed anything. Carolina says Cardano's only up 12%. Calm down, everyone. 12% is a lot for Cardano. It doesn't really move all that much all the time. But when it does, Cardano, I mean, you could just tell by the Cardano, I don't know what you call Cardano's people, Cardanoians or something, or Cardano. Yeah, I don't know what you call Cardano people, but I mean, they're so loyal. They're so loyal. That's why I know ADA will never go away, because of how loyal the people are. LenFi's AADA rebranded. I have no idea what AADA is, but thank you for that. Cardano Knights. Cardanzos. Delusional. Kardashians. Hey, let's go with that. Let's call them Kardashians. That's a good one. Is that the real term? If not, if there's no real term for Cardano people, I'm just going to start saying Kardashians. I don't know if Cardano people would like that nickname. Oh, man. Man, it's looking good. Let's see here. Coinbase, is it up today? Let's see. Coinbase, no, Coinbase taking a breather today. Mara is not. Well, it's probably going to turn green. Mara is still up 3%. MicroStrategy is going up a little bit. Yes. CO, George, Orion Protocol, MACD on monthly looks hot. I'm not a big fan of Orion Protocol, though. It's a supply chain project. Well, one day doesn't look good. 1 month of only 4%. Yeah, it's, I don't know. Supply chain, you know, retail investors don't care about supply chain. One of the reasons why VeChain hasn't pumped up more than it should have, because it's too business to business. Hey, George, when are the fights? You're talking about IFC fights? It's going to be in February. But we have a kickoff party that's going to be next week. It's not too late to buy your ticket and join in. So that's going to be next week. Yowzer keeps spamming. Can you talk about Ordi and the FUD? There's no FUD, man. You got one rogue developer that doesn't like ordinals because he thinks it's a spam attack on Bitcoin's network, right? But the thing is, he's alone in that thinking. No one else thinks that. Everyone else likes it. And the miners are not going to be pushing any update to get rid of Ordis. So just calm down. That opinion has been around since forever, ever since Ordinals has come out. Cholamas, in your opinion, what is the best project for retail investors to stake long-term to maximize your gain? All of them. All of them. Every single one could be staked. I just got done talking about Cardano. You can stake Cardano at a pool. You can stake Solana. You can stake Ethereum. I mean, you can stake Avalanche. There's no best. It just depends on what you're holding. Staking should not, in my opinion, affect which ones you should buy and hold, because the gains will outperform the staking rewards every day. So you hold on to what you like, and then then if you happen to hold it, then stake it. But it shouldn't determine what you should buy based on the staking rewards, if that makes sense. Gala's awesome. Actually, they're not doing so awesome in terms of price because of the lawsuit. Everything else is starting to really shoot up. A lot of the games are shooting up, but Gala is not. I mean, it still made some gains. 14% last 7 days, 34% last month. That's still not bad. Not bad at all. But, you know, they got that lawsuit going. 2 lawsuits between the co-founders. JVC, what happens to Bitcoin's price when exchanges run out? Well, I think you can guess what's going to happen. Bitcoin's going to be at above $1 million. I have a bag of XRP. Should I be worried about recent price action? I don't know what you mean by that. If it doesn't move, should you be worried? Why would you be worried? That should be the least of your concerns. So I think you should rephrase that question or ask yourself why you bought XRP in the first place. What's your thoughts on Luna Classic? Are people pumping a dead coin or does it have a slight chance for redemption? No, people are pumping a dead coin. It's not even supported by the new Luna Foundation, the terraforms, whatever. People are just pumping it because, you know, it's something to pump. It's almost like a meme coin at this point. You could make some money with it. I made some money with it, you know, being a degen and leveraging. But still, there's nothing going on it. There's no development, nothing. I just realized in my camera, I didn't change my camera. No one said anything. My crypto airdrops. Please review layer 1. Interoperability, no bridges. Beta now, launching January 24. Okay, I will. Do you think Gala can 5x from here? Yes, if those lawsuits resolve. Mahalo for stressing DCA. Got my whole coin about a month and a half ago. Hopefully it remains in the green forever. There may be a good chance. Maybe, you know, if you got it a month and a half ago in the 20s, there's probably, I don't think we'll ever see below 30 again. So if you got your Bitcoin below 30, yeah, there may be a chance we will never, ever, ever, ever see below 30,000 again. We'll see. Where can I find info on these fights? Man, you got to go on Twitter, my man. Been retweeting these all day, every day. Yesterday we had a big spaces right here. But Influencer Fight Club, this is the account that you want to follow. Got almost 7,000 followers, right? Had a good spaces yesterday. I talked to Ben, Crow, Grady, Keeper, Dreamer, Shiny D, and Keith Berry. We'll have another one in January with the other guys. It's going to be fantastic. Fantastic stuff. These guys, Keith Berry is a legit fighter, and he's going to be fighting Adam Charles. Adam better watch out. But yeah, you got a whole lot of people. Make sure you follow if you want to learn more. BioFi. Biometric Financial. That just sounds like a horrible name. And 500,000 market cap. Not gonna look at it. Thoughts on Ton? The only top 20 coin down on the weekly. You know what? Ton like pumped up way too much, way too early, and now the money is flowing into elsewhere. Toncoin, up until, you know, I would say before the 60-day mark, they were flying. I don't know. I think they're one of the biggest gainers of 2023 for sure. They're at number 13. They're close to being in the top 10. So yeah, it makes sense that they take a breather while everything else goes up. NMCT. Could the flippening actually be another L1 passing of ETH instead of ETH flipping BTC? Every L1 I use, like Avalanche or Sol, are so much easier and cheaper to use. Yeah, that could happen. It's not impossible for someone else to surpass Ethereum. But Ethereum's demise is greatly exaggerated. You just look at the TVL, look at all the tokens, all the major dexes, all the major bridges. They're all using ETH, right? And many of the other L1s, you know, they're moving EVM. They're moving towards EVM because ETH dominates, right? Can someone like Solana or Avalanche or Cardano someday flip Ethereum? Yes, if Ethereum can't figure out scaling. That's the thing. They have probably another cycle to figure that out. But if they can't figure it out by the end of 2029, I'd say it's too late. Someone would have surpassed them already. This cycle, you could actually see something that come close. Like I could see like Solana, you know, maybe getting to half or a third of Ethereum's value. I could see that. It doesn't even have to be Solana. It could be someone else. But it can happen one day. What's your thoughts on Spooky Swap? Can it get back to its old all-time high if Phantom recovers? Yes, this is the biggest DEX on Phantom. I just covered Phantom yesterday as well. You know, their new Sonic upgrade seems pretty good. If they could get back to their previous high, of course, then everything within Phantom like Spooky Swap will do well too. Can you look at AI coins? They don't move. Well, which ones? Which ones? Like Fetch. Fetch is doing good. Oops, I spelled Fetch wrong. Fetch.ai is doing pretty good. If you look at the last 7 days, well, actually, the last 7 days, my bad, it didn't move. But last month, it's up for 32%. You know, here's the thing about AI plays in the space. None of them actually do anything, right? They're trying to figure it out. Fetch AI is trying to figure out with their agents. Singularity.net is trying to figure it out. And you got others that are associated with AI, like Render, but they're not doing any AI rendering either. So AI stuff in the space is still very early. But they will get their turn. I'm sure they will get their turn and reach new heights soon. What's your take on a bull market? Multiple British holders talking about it a lot, and it makes a lot of sense. Cool, would you interview him? I don't know what it is, and I don't know who British holder is, so I'm sorry. And if you notice, I don't really do any interviews unless he invites me on. Maybe. I just did an interview with my financial friend Sam. Have I looked at Crown yet? No, I have not. And I don't feel like pulling it up. Your take on Husky Avalanche meme. You know, yesterday I was just wondering about that. Is there a meme on Avalanche? I guess there is. Did someone just create this after my stream yesterday? No, it's been around for a while. Why is it called Husky at AVAX? So does that exist somewhere else? Is this the only meme coin on Avalanche? If so, this is kind of pathetic. The first original dog of Avalanche. The Husky team are dedicated in utilizing Husky AVAX. This doesn't appear to be like a meme. It appears that they actually want to like do something with it. I mean, this website is not very impressive. It doesn't really look like a meme. I don't know. There needs to be more of a meme coin on Avalanche. What's your take on C? I don't know what's really going on there. I haven't heard a whole lot about development on C. It's sub 1 billion, so there's potential there, but I need to hear more about it first. Will there be a mini altcoin season post BTC approval? I mean, if you haven't noticed, altcoin season or mini altcoin season is already here. A lot of projects are skyrocketing. The more Bitcoin pumps, the more alts will pump. It's just that simple, okay? The more money that flows into Bitcoin, the more money that's going to flow into everything else. But we're already seeing that mini altcoin season already. I think we're really like ahead of schedule if you think about it. We're actually really ahead of schedule. Normally, altcoins don't go up like this until like the latter half of like the last year. But we're already skyrocketing. This cycle is different. This cycle, there's just so much strength in alts, way more strength than previous cycles, which is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. Did you see a paperboy kept a Babe Ruth card in good condition and sold it for $7.2 million 2 days ago? No, I did not. See, collectibles, right? Collectibles are, what was that? I was going to make a point about it, but yeah, it's good. I like cards. I like sports cards. I don't like baseball cards, though. Do you think buying cheap NFTs right now is a good move since they're the last to pump and so cheap right now? Yes, there's no doubt NFTs will get hot again. No doubt in my mind. And they will probably be the last category to get hot, like you said. But I'm not a big NFT guy. I can't keep up with all NFT collections. But if you could afford it, if you get one of the OG ones, like a Bored Ape or something, it's probably going to blow up. If you could afford a CryptoPunk, it could blow up. But there's many others that have come out since then that I haven't kept up with. They'll probably do very well, too. Dash to trade. Yeah. Doesn't sound so appealing. Where's that chart? I'll just leave this up. My Trump NFT is going up again. If I get a hardware wallet, how can I transfer some Satoshi to sell one? Do I need to sell that to that person? No. If you have Bitcoin in your wallet, all you need is their deposit address, right? So they have to give you their public address, and then you can withdraw to that address. That's all you need to do, Lewis. All right, guys, I'm going to conclude. Overall, today is pretty darn good. Bitcoin is above 44,000. We got a little bit more momentum. 45 will be around the corner. It's looking good. 80 or 90% of people are in the green. And we're mimicking this rally from 2016. But don't forget, Cardano, Avalanche, Solana, all these guys, they're going up as well. They're doing quite well, so don't overlook them. All right, so smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tonight. Tonight's a big DCA day, so we'll see where my portfolio is, the one I've been DCA into since 2021. Okay, have a good one. Take care.